So ladies and gentlemen, on this wall, on this pillar behind, you can see a beautiful design that has been made here with red color material. Now this red color material is called as Kaavi. It is a red colored soil having a little, I'm not a chemistry student, but I think it has got a lot of red oxide inside. That's why it is red. And this art is very, very typical to the temples in Goa. You go to any temples, you'll find a lot of such geometric designs. But this art, which is called as Kaavi art, today it is hardly anybody is doing it. There is a need for artists to be trained in this. When the walls were being built, they always put a coat of lime. Now, lime was basically a waterproofing because of our heavy monsoons. It wouldn't allow the water to come inside. But the interiors, well, some of the temples in Goa, like Vijayadurga in Keri, Morzai in Morje, they have got this art outside. But most of the times, you find it inside in the form of geometric designs or even graphics of deities. When these designs were supposed to be made, the wet wall of the lime would be scratched out in these particular designs. It would be allowed to be dried up. It would be just about 2 millimeters or 3 millimeters deep. Once it dried up, it had rough edges, so they would be polished. And in those depressions, they would mix this red mud called as Kaavi with lot of other mixtures into this. They would just fill it up, wait for it to dry, and then they would polish the entire thing, and the designs remained. But what happened here was, you all know that during the Portuguese times, many of the temples were broken down. But possibly when they were being broken down, they noticed that there was a beautiful design there. And they wanted that design in the churches. But most of the churches were built. Now what to do? So they came up with a reverse technology of this Kaavi art. Instead of scratching the dry walls, what they did was, they applied a coat of Kaavi on this, a uniform coat. And then they used a reverse template. Like, for example, I wanted this design. So the design would be there. This part would be open. So I would put it over here and then scratch out what was not needed. Now, if you look very closely, you will find that the edges have been either very linear or in small, small points where the Kaavi has been removed. This art is called, this art of Kaavi in a reverse form is called as graffito. Now, how do you understand the difference between Kaavi art that is you see in the temples and the graffito that you see in most of the churches? And I must tell you, they did pure justice when they did these particular designs. In Kaavi art, when you pull your hand on the wall, you don't feel the design because it is flush with the wall. But in graffito, if you pull your hand across, you can feel the design. It's in relief. Very minute thickness, but it is in relief. That is how you can know. And now, since I'm standing here next to this Kaavi art, we'll just take a small round view of here, which shows you how they have put this Kaavi art to a wonderful use. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kaavi art for you.